Monetizing digital book reviews. A business idea by Jack Lookman. Audiobook copyright 2022. Jack Lookman Limited. About Jack Lookman. His real name is Olayinka Carew. He resides in the United Kingdom and is an entrepreneur and owner of Jack Lookman Limited. He studied engineering in university but stopped practicing since mid-1990s. He considers himself creative and has lots of business ideas to share. In his earlier years, sometime between 1975 and 1980, the idea of a flying car came to mind while he was stuck in traffic. This partly influenced his going into engineering. Life's twists and turns caused a change in direction. He has varied work experience in different industries, but his long-term ambition and mission is to empower and inspire generations. His outlets in impacting communities are via social media, writing, and hopefully in the near future via public speaking. He is an author and has worked in different voluntary roles. Whereas some may view life's challenges as negative and difficult, these are the springboards with which he hopes to soar and to achieve. Now about Jack Lookman Limited. Our mission is to empower and inspire generations by leveraging the internet. We shall use social media extensively. Our YouTube channel is Jack Lookman. We have 2 Facebook groups. The first one is Empowerment, Inspiration and Support. The second one, which is new, is Mentee and Mentor. Our website is jacksempowerment.com. Jack Lookman's books are available at amazon.com. Our content ranges from business ideas, mindset issues, to sharing life experiences. We are content creators, mentors, and brainstormers. The company was registered in 2015 and is based in the United Kingdom. The inspiration for this book. I have a lot to share following my varied life experience. In my paid and unpaid work, in my formal and informal education, in my ups and downs in life, throughout my existence. I have accumulated lots of wisdom and life experiences. I also have creative ideas that could benefit those who wish to take this further. My strength is my creativity. I generally see opportunity in most situations. Those who have strength in execution are most welcome to collaborate or take the ideas to the next level. I have waited so long to unleash my thoughts and ideas. God has created that opportunity. I am now exploring it. Index, the content for this book. Monetizing digital book reviews. Your own business, the what, the why, the how of book reviewing. Planning is key. The people, the money, the strategy, the books, the leverage, the income funnels, tying it together. Monetizing digital book reviews. So, you find yourself here. You are looking for the top 5 points, the effortless steps, the way to access a magic formula to lead you to success and financial freedom. Unfortunately, the best way of making money with magic formulas is to sell them to other people who are looking for them. I am here for a honest perspective. I will give you the basics, the details. You can take my plan and follow it, but you should use my plan as the basis for your own. You should love what you do. The best job is the one that doesn't feel like a job. If you have a passion and a belief, you will always want to push yourself onwards. I have passions in life. Following my dreams leads me to success, but it's not without hard work and dedication. I will guide you through the maze, pointing out the traps and the pitfalls, but also the opportunities. I want you to take what you need and then come back for more as you take more steps on your own path. I want to know that you have made a success of your business. I want to celebrate it with you. Your own business, the what, the why, the how of book reviewing. When setting up a new business, there is a need to have realistic, accurate information. Much of this will come from the books that you intend to buy. Not only are they your initial point of reference, they are the beginning of your library, the bedrock of your resources. The problem is, when you go to an online site such as Amazon, the reviews are short, and what might be someone's 5-star may be someone else's 1-star. Everyone has a different need, a different starting point, and has different expectations. Some Amazon retailers offer discounts for positive reviews. So how can someone get a true review from someone who has no personal stake? Just the facts. There is a niche for honest, reliable, engaging book reviews, and many ways that you can put this information across, from blogs, YouTube, videos, email lists, Facebook groups, right through to live discussions and interviews online. People need information, and as a book reviewer, you could very quickly establish yourself as a thought leader in this sector. Planning is key. Initially, as with all businesses, you need a plan. You need to understand your aims and goals, your funding and your development. On day one, it might seem a little strange to be looking ahead, but as we know, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Start to think about where you will expand and how you will make that a success. Remember that this is a business. Make sure you are legally sound at the start. Can you imagine anything worse than finding that your brand is not trademarked? You have not completed the right tax details? You don't exist as a company, and someone has stolen it from you, and the taxman is after his cut. First things first, what is your name? You need to find a strong brand identifier and make sure it is free. There can be nothing worse than setting up your YouTube, blogger, email addresses, etc., then finding out that someone else has registered your website domain name. Do this research thoroughly and carefully. It is the professional face of your business and you. It should be short, memorable, easily searchable. The more time you spend on getting this right, the better. Once you have the idea, you need to look at your niche. Too exclusive and you won't be able to engage a wide enough audience. Look for something you like and are passionate about. Then you will enjoy your work, and that will show in what you do. If you have a passion for Nigerian literature, then make it your focus. Researching Chinua Achebe and Ben Okri will give you a market of passionate supporters. It is a sustainable market sector with new writers and new ideas, so you can develop the older traditional writing, work through classics, and then embrace the new direction. This will allow you to move to autobiographies and history, books about region and modern day events. If you take this approach to your chosen area, from poetry to engineering, then you can focus on your audience. The people. Staffing at the start will be you, a team of one. However, if you don't have the skills and knowledge to produce your content, you should look at freelancers. Many websites out there where you can hire someone for a single task with no expectation of an ongoing relationship. You can hire, rehire, change, and adapt as you see fit. There is no need to set up an annual contract of employment. The specifications for the task are set out by you, completed by them. Payment is made, and that's it. Finding freelancers is best done through recognized sources such as freelancer.com, peopleperhour.com, upwork.com, fiverr.com, etc. Carefully look at the profiles and records of these people and remember that cheap options may give you a cheap product. You need to invest to get a really good return on your investment. You can find writers, animators, video producers, and editors, even reviewers. If you choose a freelancer, then it's a single payment or in agreed milestone payments. There is no need to engage in a long-term contract. Also look to Facebook groups that are relevant, fan pages, forums, pages. Other sources may be LinkedIn, fan web pages, and forums, or your own contacts. One area that can be expensive is in relation to search engine optimization. Everyone wants their websites to appear on the first page of Google. Again, freelancers can provide this service, but ask for references and proof. Getting to the top 20 results for certain search terms can be lucrative, and you need to know that the person you are using can make this happen. You can get performance indicators on your website to see where people are coming from, their locations, their browser. Lots of data that will help you target an audience and develop them effectively. One of the issues I hear is that people don't always feel comfortable in front of the camera, and that's fine. Not everyone has a face for fame. Don't let this stop you. There is always a way. You could look at podcasting, which is voice only. Another clever trick is to learn from Disney themselves, animation. Again, you can hire in specific skills for specific tasks, or you could invest in yourself, learning how to create your own animations. This may require an increased investment in software and hardware, and your time, of course. Some people that you use to create your vision may want to work but not be recognized. This is common with writers who ghost for others, creating content but not wanting their name to be attached. You may need to consider this with your freelancers. Animation will help actors remain anonymous to a certain extent, and an agreement early on will make this clear. Again, getting together with your team on a regular basis is key. You can use online methods for keeping in touch. Just make sure the time zones of your team are factored in. You also need to ensure that you are in control of your team. Make sure you have legal agreements in place to protect everyone's rights and responsibilities. If you use freelancers, ensure that you specify the ownership of the work and any non-disclosure agreements you expect to be in place. If you struggle with this, you can hire a freelancer to produce them. If you have permanent or long-term staff, then you need to lead and manage them properly. Incentives are key. Training is always well received to develop their own skills. Financial reward. As you expand and become more successful, don't forget how you got there. If you do not look after your staff, they may decide to jump ship and leave you. Think about team building, development, and staff morale. Intellectual ownership of work. Again, ensure that it is very clear from the start. Engage legal advice before signing anything. You do not want to sign away your rights, and you do not want to agree to a greater responsibility than necessary. This will demonstrate your professional approach and will avoid conflict at a later date. If this becomes a much larger business, then you may need to consider joint ventures or shared approaches. Again, legally, make sure you are fully protected. You do not want to overcommit your exposure without protection. If you suddenly find that you are only holding 49% of your business, then you are in danger. Profit sharing, cost sharing, and workloads must be properly recorded and accepted by all parties. You could also consider a mentor, someone who has trod this path before. They can advise on pitfalls and potentials. There will be a cost involved, but as you progress, you can offer the same service. The money. Capital expenditure is limited. As long as you can access the internet and have the ability to create, edit, and upload your content, then you are ready to go. With this business, you may be able to work from anywhere. Look at how TikTok and Instagram give you the ability to fire up your mobile and produce on the go. The word influencer is used a lot these days, but if you feel that you can add value this way, then go for it. You can come to this with an extremely limited budget, but if you want to invest, you need to know the sources. You could start local, family and friends. Some people are very wary of borrowing from family and friends, not wanting to mix money and relationships. So look elsewhere. Crowdfunding is enormously popular and gives people a feeling of ownership in what you do. If that's not an avenue you like, then there's always the bank, but always investigate the rate, the interest, and the terms, and the payment terms. Also be wary that in times of ill health or downturn in business, you are still obliged to make bank payments as well as interest. If you go asking for money, you need to make sure your business plan is professional and well thought out. People are careful with their money, and you need to persuade them that you are the right person to fund. Once you have your business set up, you need to look to make money from it. It's a sad fact that you won't be doing this for love. You need an income, especially if you have taken a loan. There are some income streams you can investigate, such as affiliate marketing. You could set up a link on Amazon where you earn money if someone clicks and buys the book from your site. You could look to affiliate marketing and other monetization options, but choose carefully. Too many irrelevant adverts will put people off and send them elsewhere. Remember that a business needs money to survive and expand. Your income needs to be reinvested to fuel this. Whether that is in equipment, training, new staff, or even premises, eventually you should be disciplined in setting money aside for this as soon as possible. The worst possible scenario is that your equipment breaks down and you can't replace it. The most essential part of your delivery plan is lost. If you can't get back online quickly, your followers may move elsewhere. The strategy. This may not be your only business, so there's a clear opportunity for you to drive customers between your various landing points. If you include a link on one site, but making sure it's relevant, then you could push or pull customers. Again, relevance is key. You won't drive them from a book review to holiday insurance. The actual book review can be carried out with just one person or could be across a panel of reviewers. The panel should be well chosen, well briefed, and well rehearsed. If it comes across as being too amateur, then customers may feel that there is less value to the review. You need to ensure that your customers come back. Repeat, loyal customers will raise your profile and bring you to the attention of authors and publishers. This is where your multi-market approach needs to be on point. Think about the questions your panel will ask, but also think about making sure that you are not surprised by them. A good process is to co-write them so that you have the questions leading in the right directions, and the answer can be informative and correct. For example, if the question relates to other titles by the same author, then it will make sense to have this to hand rather than hoping the reviewer can remember them all. Consider how often you want to publish your reviews. There can be nothing more annoying than daily emails or reminders to your followers. So consider this carefully. Your review should be memorable, ideally no more than an hour, where your followers will watch, read, or listen to you. They need to have this time in their day. If it's too long, they won't engage properly. If there are too many a week, then it will fall behind the schedule. Ask your customers what they want and go with that. They are the people you need to engage, retain, and develop. Your marketing plan should be clear and Your marketing plan should be clear and achievable. Set smart targets. It's no good deciding you will take out full-page adverts in national media, as this will miss your target audience. Be very expensive and will likely not yield results in a good return on the investment. Look to relationships, mutual advertising, author sites, Facebook, social media options, etc. Each item should have a plan, not just a generic method document. Again, look at engaging an expert to advise you, at least at the start. A series of well-crafted emails sent to a targeted email list could be the start you need. But if you are reviewing books for authors who do not have a high engagement rate by email, then blogs, YouTube, etc. might be better. Even carrying out reviews on Amazon and referencing your own blogs or websites can result in traffic and engagement. Be careful not to cross the terms and conditions of Amazon. Always check carefully. The books. Think carefully about your sector and your niche. How often are books published? Who are their target audience? If this is a mass production sector where books are published daily, then you need to look at the authors and quality. Amazon bestseller lists are a good source of information. Set your schedule so that you mirror this publishing pattern. You can set alerts on authors on Amazon so you get advance notice of publishing dates. If you build a relationship, you can ask for early copies to review so that your review goes public on the date of publishing, not having to wait and lose ground to competitors. The leverage. If you have a Facebook group, you can advertise your reviews and the books, inviting feedback. Be aware it may not always be positive, so you need to manage how you deal with that. Authors need to advertise, so your network of customers is something they will want to access, as will the publishers. Once you have this relationship, then it can work to your advantage, generating money from those who need to market, recommend, and sell their products. Again, as your business takes off, you need to stay ahead of the pack. I can guarantee that they will be looking at what you do, how you do it, and seeing how you achieve success. There is no harm in returning the favor. See what they are doing, what advances they are making. Imagine being the first person to use Facebook author fans pages. All those who didn't learn from that fell by the wayside. If a competitor is doing something that looks effective, make it fit your business and do the same. Learn from best practice regularly via competitor research. One of the key elements to this is choosing the right books. You need books that your followers will be interested in. There is no point becoming well known and respected for reviewing business books if you suddenly review a book on poetry. It will confuse your followers and may even put them off your next review. Stay in your niche, focus on your expertise, and become an influencer in that area. Instagram may be an option for very soundbite targeted work. If you follow this route, then you will need to focus on your hashtags. These are in use on other platforms, but Instagram is the master. There are free hashtag generator websites out there. Try putting your business, your author, your book, or your sector in and see what is returned. People will be pushed recommendations based on this. So make sure you are hitting the right ones. Good market research yields great outcomes. The income funnels. As I have already said, associations with authors and publishers is central to becoming respected. It is quite possible that your reviews could be picked up by other media outlets, even nationally. Other ways of opening an income stream is to release best-of series compilations of your best reviews, your most hard-hitting, sometimes even your most controversial reviews. This can be applied to your authors. If an author has released 5 books or more, then you can pull your reviews together so that people have a one-stop shop for that author. As your follower base grows, then the time comes to approach organizations for sponsorship or adverts. You can also approach competitors, not direct competitors, and suggest a working relationship, recommending their services or reviews in return for the same. Try to find one that is in the same sector but not reviewing the same books. That is not clever competition. There is also a market for ebooks. You could produce your story or a book of your thoughts. Some companies will offer this for free, but include clickable links to other products which people can buy. A short ebook can be an effective way of getting your business to a wider audience. There might be an option to franchise your concept, to allow others to take your idea and format and use it for themselves. Of course, you need to make sure this is legally controlled and managed for a variety of reasons. Your brand must be protected, as must your income. This is an area which requires very specialist legal considerations. If you reach this stage of expansion, then make sure you take proper legal advice. Monetizing your work is an area you need to investigate. Look at your competitors. YouTube is the best known for this, where you need a high number of subscribers and viewing hours. You can include links on YouTube to drive customers to your other websites and sources, or to other videos you have uploaded. There may be an option for sponsorship. If you have enough of an impact, books, ebooks, public speaking, guest columns, all of these may come as your footprint enlarges, as you become an influencer in your field. Choose carefully how you represent yourself. A post which you make on Twitter can come back to haunt you if not carefully crafted and thought out. Once you become better known, it's not unknown for competitors to troll through your history to find things you have said or done that can be used against you. You will be going into meetings to arrange deals. You need to understand the skill of negotiation. If you are not sure that you are capable of doing this, engage someone who can. You need to be able to firmly set out what you want, but also to know when to compromise and strike a different deal. Perhaps over a long period. Again, your brand and personal name is what you are leaving in the minds of others. It's important that you get this right. Do not be too overpowering or too weak. Protect your rights, but do not do it in a way that you build your respect in the market. Once you have a respected name and a big enough following, paid engagements is a natural step. Webinars and podcasts, perhaps, where people may pay to interact with you online. Be aware that you may be asked questions that are more challenging, but by the point you should be more confident in your skills and learning. You can also invite others to take part in this for a share of the fees and a chance to advertise their own niche. If you plan on taking money, make it easy for everyone to pay. If you have a PayPal option, then different currencies can be accepted and converted. If someone wants to buy something and can't, then you will lose that person immediately. Tying it together. Is this a good business proposal? Without a doubt, yes. But you will have to work at it, build your relationships and contacts, carry out market research, and fight to keep your own standards high. You may lose a deal because you don't feel good making a compromise, but this is a strength, not a weakness. Point out your standards, and people will respect you for it. Your good name must be preserved, and it will be your brand byword. Potentially, in a world where information is key, accessibility and availability of learning is crucial. You offer exceptional value and people will engage. People have a constant stream of information, podcasts, videos, films, ebooks, etc. And they want to be directed to new learning and new understanding. You can provide a signpost for them. You need to develop a reputation for being accurate and honest, but also bear in mind that if a publisher believes you will negatively review a book, they may try and avoid you. Aim to be positive and to find the good in everything. You may find that some books are not to your taste, but this is not just about your taste. You have to try to find a way to appeal to as many as possible. If you engage and develop followers, then publishers and authors will see you as an influencer, someone to get on side and work with. If you look at Amazon, the positive reviewers are the popular ones with best ratings. Nobody likes negativity, but people like honesty. So you have the idea, the plan, the sector. You know where you want to go and how to get there. You are starting with one foot on the wrong, and you have ideas and the imagination and the drive to make it happen. This is where it's up to you. You need to make that first step into business and hopefully into a successful venture. I'm always here to help, to give advice. I can point out the pitfalls and the potential. I can mentor your journey. I want to share in your success. It's inherently my success as well. Our website is jacksempowerment.com. You can reach us on YouTube at Jack Lookman. Our Facebook groups are Empowerment, Inspiration and Support. And the other one is Facebook. Our other Facebook group is Mentee and Mentor. This book is available from Amazon.com. Just do a search for Jack Lookman for this and our other books. Our email address is jacklookman@yahoo.co.uk. Copyright Jack Lookman Limited, 2022. Thank you very much for your time.